Visceral fat, what is it and how could it compromise your tummy tuck? Well, let's take a look. So this is actually a follow-up video to a previous video that we made about visceral fat and how it might affect a tummy tuck. Well, in this video, we're going to explain it a little bit better with an analogy, and then we're going to explain how you can check yourself for visceral fat. So let's get into it. So this is the lovely Julie in our office, and she is fortunate and blessed to be pregnant. And this is the analogy that we're going to use. So we all have kind of two balloons on our stomach, right? We have the skin and fat on the outside, and that's what you could pinch from the outside. That's what we're addressing with liposuction and skin removal with a tummy tuck. But deep to that, the inner balloon is the muscles of the abdominal wall and the abdominal cavity contents, which is intestines, organs, and in this case, an enlarged uterus, right, with a baby in there. And so the analogy here is the uterus is occupying space in the inner balloon, right, the abdominal cavity, and it's changing the shape of the outer balloon, right? And if we were even to try and remove some of the skin and fat on the outside, the overall shape would still be like a pregnant belly, right? And this is even when she's on her back. It's ballooning out against gravity and atmospheric pressure. If you were to do, and actually the baby just kicked a little bit there, that's pretty awesome. There you go, blooper. Visceral fat is occupying space on the inside of the tummy, right? It will then change the shape of the outer balloon, and then you wind up with kind of a more rounded belly shape. It's occupying space just like the uterus in this example, okay? So how can you check yourself? Well, one, you can lie flat on a bed like this, and if we don't have much in the way of visceral fat, then our belly should go ahead and fall inward, and we should clearly see the bottom of our ribs, right? The ribs would be here, and then the belly would kind of dive in. We can't right now because, again, that uterus is taking up a lot of space, pushing everything out. If the belly's looking like this for you and we're not pregnant, then it may indicate that we have too much stuff on the inside of our belly, and that may be visceral fat. So check yourself as far as, do you clearly see the ribs at the bottom and then it falls inward? That's a good sign. If it's still pooching out past the ribs, it might be an indication that we have visceral fat. Another way you can check is also when you're standing upright. The belly may come forward if you've had some stretching from pregnancies. Okay, that's rectus diastasis. But you should be able to relatively easily push the belly in flat to where you would like to see it in your profile and be able to keep it there with just your hand and be able to carry on a conversation or walk into another room. And that's going to make sure that you're not cheating the test and sucking it in, right? When you're sucking it in, you're pulling up your diaphragm like this and making more space in your abdominal cavity. And so it's kind of like cheating. So if you can press it in and hold it there, that's a good sign. Probably visceral fat's not a big issue for you. So those are the two ways that we check for visceral fat here in the office. And I hope this analogy was helpful for you. And if you have more ideas on video content for us or other questions, drop us a line below and we'll try and do those videos for you.